Hi Gerhard, how are you? Just like a few questions run through today. First one is, what do you see as the vision for IoT in Telstra in Australia?
Telstra plays probably a dual role in terms of IoT in Australia. The first one is domestically, where we serve a number of domestic customers with M2M services. But then also when we look internationally, with the proliferation of embedded connectivity happening now, we see ourselves playing a much bigger role in the larger APAC and global region. We see that IoT is becoming much more of a global play than just domestic. So we're positioning ourselves to play a bridging role between east to west and west to east, where we can interface into companies using some of our strategic advantages that we've got both geographically in the region, but also when we look at our workforce is quite diverse in that we've got people from all across the world working in Australia, which makes it easier for us to interact with different cultures and so forth.
Okay. And in the advantages, I mean, you mentioned some of the advantages you have in delivering IoT. What do you think some of your competitive preferences or against some of the vertical industries that are seeking IoT solutions? What's your benefit?
Yeah, I mean, look, Telstra has historically always had the best network in Australia. And when we look at our IoT network consists of multiple standards. We've got NB-IoT deployed, LTE-M is deployed, Cat1 is deployed, and we've recently deployed 5G also. So, firstly, coverage is quite big. Our NB-IoT network is 3.5 million square kilometers, which is massive. That's the size of India. Our LTE-M network is 3 million square kilometers. And then when we look at 5G and so forth, we really give customers the opportunity to have all their IoT connectivity needs addressed through one single network across Australia. When we look at things like coverage and penetration, that becomes quite relevant in almost all industries, especially if we look at things like water utilities and so forth. The ability to penetrate underground, which we're seeing now with NB-IoT, is very important. But then also having that consistent reach delivers a consistent experience on the network so that the customer experience at the end of it is quite good.
Okay. And finally, what do you see the relationship between 5G and IoT, the future of IoT with 5G?
Yes, 5G has got a couple of elements to it. There's low latency and then there's massive broadband. And I think one of the first things that we will see is that 5G is set to disrupt the fixed line industry. So where we see things at the end of a fixed line today, I would expect that to be replaced by 5G. And so to be practical about it, something like a video camera typically needs to sit at the end of a fiber optic network system. But with 5G, what we would see is that embedded 5G inside a video camera would open up new use cases due to the fact that the deployment is so much easier and cheaper to do. So I think that's the first one. When we look at the remote control of things, that makes a big difference, especially in the Australian context. Australia is a massive country, obviously, and we sometimes can't get everywhere with specialist type human resources and so forth. So the remote control of machines in the mining industry and even healthcare, I think, is going to be quite a big role for us moving forward.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Great. Thank you, Julian.